In our previous lecture, we understood that crime is a legal, social, and psychological construct. But today, we are going to discuss a concept that exists even before crime and sometimes without crime. Think about this carefully. A person wearing unconventional clothes, a student questioning traditions, a woman choosing not to marry. Are these crimes? No. Are they deviant? Possibly. This brings us to one of the most important conceptual distinctions in criminology, that is, the difference between deviance and crime. Understanding this topic is extremely important for UGC NET because many students confuse deviance with crime. Today's lecture will help you clearly understand what deviance is, how it differs from crime, and how both are related. Deviance refers to behavior, beliefs, or characteristics that violate social norms. These norms are informal rules created by society about how people should behave, dress, speak, and live. The most important thing to understand is this: deviance is defined by society and not by law. For example, speaking loudly in a library is deviant but not a crime. Wearing torn jeans to a formal ceremony may be deviant but not criminal. This clearly shows that deviance exists at the social level, not necessarily at the legal level. Deviance is not universal, it is relative to culture, time, and context. For instance, eating with hands is normal in many Indian households, but it may be considered deviant in some Western formal settings. Live-in relationships may be socially accepted in urban societies but considered deviant in traditional communities. Tattoos were once seen as deviant but are now widely accepted. This shows that what is deviant today may not be deviant tomorrow. Deviance can be positive or negative. Negative deviance refers to behaviors that society disapproves of, such as substance abuse or aggressive behavior. Positive deviance refers to behaviors that violate norms but lead to social progress. For example, social reformers who challenged caste discrimination, women who fought against restrictive gender norms, whistleblowers exposing corruption. At one time, these individuals were seen as deviant, but later they were recognized as agents of change. Crime, on the other hand, is a specific form of deviance that is defined and punished by law. All crimes are deviant because they violate social norms, but not all deviance is crime. For example, cheating in an exam is deviant and also a crime. Speaking against traditions may be deviant but not a crime. Theft is both deviant and criminal. This distinction is extremely important for conceptual clarity. Crime is a subset of deviance. Think of deviance as a big circle and crime as a smaller circle inside it. Society first labels certain behaviors as deviant. When these behaviors are seen as seriously harmful, the state intervenes and criminalizes them. For example, drug use was first seen as deviant behavior. Later, it became criminalized through law. Over time, some forms of drug use are again being reconsidered. This shows how deviance can become crime and crime can become non-criminal again. One of the most important aspects of deviance is social reaction. Society decides who is deviant and who is not. Sometimes the reaction is stronger than the act itself. For example, a young offender may be labeled as a criminal for life. Minor deviant acts may attract severe stigma. Powerful individuals may escape labeling despite serious harm. This idea becomes central to labeling theory, which we will study in later units. Deviance is broader and informal. Crime is specific and formal. Deviance is controlled through social pressure, while crime is controlled through punishment. For example, deviance may result in ridicule or disapproval. Crime results in imprisonment or fines. Understanding this difference helps us analyze social control mechanisms. You might ask, if deviance is not always crime, why study it in criminology? The answer is simple. Because today's deviance can become tomorrow's crime, and today's crime can become tomorrow's accepted behavior. Criminology studies deviance to understand how laws are created, how power operates in society, how individuals are labeled, how crime originates socially. Imagine a student questioning unfair examination practices. Initially, the student is seen as deviant, someone disturbing the system. But later, reforms takes place and the same behavior is celebrated. This shows that deviance is not always negative, it depends on who defines it and why. In UGC NET, questions are often framed to confuse students between deviance and crime. If your concepts are clear, these questions become very easy. Always remember, deviance refers to social norms and crime refers to legal norms. To sum up, deviance and crime are closely related but not identical. Deviance is a social concept, crime is a legal concept, and both depend on social reaction and power structures. Understanding this concept is essential to understand why societies criminalize certain behaviors and ignore others. If you are planning seriously for UGC NET Criminology, this conceptual clarity will give you a huge advantage. Subscribe to this channel for complete unit-wise lectures explained in a simple and connected manner. Like and share this video with fellow aspirants. Before ending this video, I want to tell you something very important. I will be uploading 5 practice questions related to this video very soon to test your understanding of deviance and crime. These questions will be extremely useful for UGC NET conceptual clarity. So make sure you watch the video carefully, subscribe to the channel, attempt those questions honestly. In the next